Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to review Milo from Atlantis, the Lost Empire series. His ability description is clears a vertical line of Tsum, so he's a vertical clear Tsum. And this game demonstration that you're currently watching right now is a skill level 1 game demonstration played with the 5-4 boost on. And if you want to activate his ability, you're going to need to clear a total of 13 copies of Milo off their screen. And 15 is considered on the lower end, which means that you'll be able to activate a lot more abilities per game compared to other burst Tsums. His minimum score is 140 with a maximum score of 924. So not that great in terms of scoring, so you likely won't be using Milo as a top score earner. And if you want to get Milo to skill level 6, you're going to need to get a total of 32 copies of him from either the premium box or using skill tickets. Milo's ability is very simple. Every single time you level up his ability, the vertical clear is going to get a little bit bigger and bigger. At skill level 1, the skill range is going to be extra small, and then it slowly gradually increases to skill level 6 to extra large. And the vertical clear is not necessarily a straight vertical. I think they should have wrote a better description because it's more like a triangle than just a vertical line. It still counts as a vertical clear Tsum, but it's more like a Christmas tree, and it's heavier on the bottom than the top. So when you are figuring out how to set up your screen, you want to make sure that the bottom area is full of Tsums before activating the ability. Now, before I go any further, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, go over the selection boxes and pickup capsule, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription really helps me out a lot. I also have a Discord server, so if you're looking for a community of players who also plays this game, or if you need help with the game, consider scanning this QR code on the screen to join my Discord server. I will also have invite links in the video description down below, so check that out if you can't scan this code on the screen. The invite link should take you directly to my Discord server. Now let's take a closer look at the 6 different skill levels, starting with skill level 1, 2, and 3 first. And like I mentioned earlier, the skill range is the only thing that's going to be different between all 6 of the skill level. At skill level 1, the skill range is going to be extra small. Skill level 2, it's going to be small. Skill level 3 is going to be medium. And let's talk a little bit about the strategy and some of the tips. If you take a look at the animation during the ability time, you'll notice that the screen completely freezes, meaning that Tsums will not move anymore once you hit the ability button. So it becomes pretty important that you make sure that all of the Tsums are settled in, or at least make sure that there are going to be Tsums in the area where the skill range is going to cover. And again, the skill range is going to be in the shape of a triangle and not just a vertical line. So you definitely want to make sure that the center bottom area has a lot of Tsums. And one tip I have for you is that make sure that there are no bubbles in the center area, because if you have a bubble there, it is going to decrease the chain amount, meaning that you're going to get less coins. So you want to make sure that there are no bubbles before activating the ability. Now, if you do have a bubble on the screen after or before you activate the ability, you could use that bubble to get yourself back into fever time, or use it to clear additional Milos off your screen to get yourself back into ability time. Strategically, that's the best way to use the bubbles in this game, so it's not strictly just for Milo. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is a side-by-side comparison of the abilities activated at the same time. I'm going to let this play through in full speed, and then I'm going to slow this down and walk you through what's actually happening in the animation. So first of all, this is going to be the skill range. It's more in the shape of a Christmas tree, a triangle, and this is going to be consistent for all 6 of the skill level. And the skill range you can expect for skill level 1 is 21, skill level 2 23, and skill level 3 25. In general, you could expect about 2 additional chains every single time you level up the skill level. And Milo's ability is very beginner friendly. There's not a lot of strategizing to it. You just want to make sure there's enough Tsums on the screen before activating the ability, and that's pretty much it. Moving on to skill level 4, 5, and 6. At skill level 4, the skill range will be large, extra large for skill level 5, and extra large at skill level 6. And as for the strategy for these higher skill level, it's actually identical to the lower skill level. However, you do want to be a little bit more careful with making sure that there are enough Tsums on the screen before activating the ability at these higher skill level, and that's because it's going to clear a lot more Tsums off their screen. If you have a gap in the middle like you see here at skill level 6, your skill range is going to be a little bit smaller, or the clear area is going to be a little bit smaller. So you do want to give it a couple more seconds to make sure the Tsums are fully settled before activating the ability. Now I know you probably want to play as fast as possible, but in this case you want to make sure that the triangle area is full of Tsums, and maybe make sure there's no bubbles in the way either. If you have a bubble there, it's likely going to subtract 1 or 2 chains, therefore earning you less coins and a little bit less score as well. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it can impact your amount of coins at the very end. Now let's take a look at the abilities activated at the same time in full speed, and then again I'll slow it down for you so you can see what's actually happening. And if you take a look at skill level 5, you'll notice that in the center area there is a small gap there, and later you'll see that the chain is not what you would expect. But looking at skill level 4, 5, and 6, a majority of the screen does get cleared, so it does become very important to make sure the entire screen is full of Tsums before activating the ability. And at skill level 4 I got a chain of 29, and at skill level 5, because of the gap there in the center, I only got a chain of 30, and at skill level 6 I got a chain of 33. So as you can see here, Milo is a very easy Tsum to use, but not super effective. There's definitely better Tsums to get in this game, and Milo is just not one of them. Milo is a very fun Tsum and very easy to use, but just not great for coin earnings and not that great for score. So for that reason, I wouldn't recommend you to spend your resources to get Milo to skill level 6. But if you're wondering at what skill level should you stop at, let's take a look at the results. At skill level 1, I ended up with 1008 coins with 3.9 million points. So nothing too exciting here for skill level 1. Skill level 2, I got 1,383 coins, which is slightly better, but not that much more. And same with the score earning, it's not that big of an increase. But do keep in mind, all of these game demonstration that you saw here were my first attempts in playing Milo at the skill level. Also, Milo was at a relatively low level, so the scoring is not necessarily super representative of what you could actually earn if you have Milo at a higher level. And if you are planning to use a 5-4 and coin boost, it's not until skill level 5 where I earned 2,425 coins and 7.9 million points, almost 8 million, where it's actually worth it. Because using the 5-4 and coin boost, you're spending roughly 2,300 coins. So if you're not able to get close to 2,300 coins, then it's not likely you want to use the coin boost as well as the 5-4, because you wouldn't be even getting back what you spent when you're using these boosts. However, you may get lucky and get a 1,000 multiplier or something even higher, then at that point it's worth it. But you would need to get very lucky, and you do need to play over time, a long period of time, to get those multipliers. So it's not until skill level 5, which is a lot of investment. So for that reason, I wouldn't recommend you to invest in Milo. If you are a collector, just get him to skill level 1. I think that's good enough. So that's my review of Milo. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.